You're alone in a classroom filled to the brim with children who will do their utmost to test your perseverance, your patience, and your time. It's not their fault. They're being bombarded with hormones questions and so many outlying factors that are beyond your ability to control. What you can control is how you deal with these children and how to help them grow into the adults that we as teachers have to shape them to be. To that end, myself, along with my colleagues Kyle Beerus and Leanne Van, have researched a process called restorative discipline. But what is it? Restorative discipline is a framework for addressing misbehaving students and placing the teacher's relationship with those students at the center of attention. It provides a process for effective communication and establishing healthy boundaries, taking responsibility, solving conflict, and healing where harm has occurred, as well as creating accountability for the self and for others. The overarching goal is to cultivate stronger relationships rather than issue consequences. But how has restorative discipline affected Texas middle schools? Well, sad to say that Texas school dropout rates have been increasing at an exponential rate. Due to chronic absences and tardies, students are receiving minimal instructional time, which lowers their academic abilities. Nationally, teacher shortages are more prevalent. Fewer teachers are willing to put up with the situations like the ones that I described at the beginning of our presentation. But, as Marilyn Amore of the University of Texas stated, in just 1 year, the use of restorative discipline at Ed White Middle School, a school with some of the highest discipline rates in the San Antonio area, saw an 87% drop in off campus suspensions and a 44% decrease in total suspensions. But how has restorative discipline changed the playing field right here in Texas? Well, restorative discipline practices in Texas began in the fall of 2015 when the Texas Education Agency partnered with the Institute for Restorative Justice and Restorative Dialogue at the University of Texas at Austin. School systems are now straying away from quick punishment and spend more time examining different scenarios of misbehavior. This way, future conflict is more manageable, and teachers are less likely to adopt zero tolerance attitudes that have proven dissatisfactory in the past. Practices are centered around repair and reconciliation. And with that, I'd like to end my time and pass the mic over to my colleague Leanne Van.
There are three major tools for effective implementation of restorative discipline. The first is visionary-focused leadership, the second is ongoing training, and the third is adequate time. These three tools will help better prepare instructors and all faculty members for certain scenarios that often occur in the school setting, and it'll also equip them with the best solutions that will not exacerbate the issues and rather help them. And now for the benefits of restorative discipline for middle school teachers. Students develop a rapport with faculty members they likely would not have interacted with extraneously beforehand. There is a greater support for continual change rather than short-term solutions, and there will also be more support for a positive and a safe school climate along with the prevention of bullying and a reduction in disciplinary incidents. Some other benefits include narrowed racial disparities in disciplinary actions, and improved overall academic performance in students. While restorative discipline is helpful for the most part, it does come with a few drawbacks as well. Teachers are blamed when the system fails, and it is hard to tell whether students are being genuine in their rehabilitation or are just gaming the system. It also takes time away from teachers giving or planning instruction due to being the mediator in the situation. And unfortunately, it unfairly forces victims to engage with and possibly forgive the individuals that harmed them in the first place. And now I will pass the mic to my colleague, Kyle Burris.
Let's discuss what restorative discipline looks like in Texas schools. According to the Texas Association of School Boards, the law does not require school districts to use restorative practices. However, many districts across Texas have elected to adopt some practices. In 2015, the Texas Education Agency partnered with the Institute of Restorative Justice and Restorative Dialogue to implement restorative discipline practices in 10 of the 20 statewide service members. This rollout was selected based on the number of African American male dropouts in those regions. Given restorative discipline's primitive nature, it has some inconsistencies, and here are some across Texas campuses. Given how restorative discipline works, different students require entirely different methods to address their behavior. Each case is unique and different, and success or failure relies upon the student's improved disposition. In some campuses, results are forthcoming. In others, the process is either too slow or too ineffectual. Throughout the course of this video, we've given you an insight of restorative discipline and what it looks like within Texas schools. We want you to take away some things that maybe you could utilize in your classrooms or maybe just take and ponder on for a little while. Restorative discipline is a method of corrective action towards continued improved behavior rather than simple punishment. Restorative discipline has already been implemented in several educational institutions and in Texas has successfully addressed concerns about student suspension rates. While restorative discipline's effectiveness is put into question when used against wily students who pretend to change for their own benefit, students who have truly shown improvement via the system have changed for the benefit of all. We thank you for your time.